Hello. What is up, y'all? Giving this one here, and I didn't want to have to make this video, but I had to explain my story about this whole thing as well. And so yes, this video is about my thoughts, about the and part of and my experience too about the whole Rye-Rye99 situation that you guys probably saw a couple of days ago. He did delete his channel, and by the way, if you don't know who Rye-Rye99 was, he was a FNAF YouTuber who did like SFM animations and his two Gmod series. He was also known as for his Geeky Gmod and Zany Gmod, and his gaming series Zany Gaming, and and who loves to be around with friends and all that in those videos. But once it all came down to this right now, it's not good. So first, I'm gonna before I explain my experiences. First, I want to say about my thoughts about what at least what I've heard from when I was watching Brandon stream and Wallug's video about him. So first thing I remember they brought up, they started with was the situation between him and ETH Goes Boom. Uh, I remember that there was a moment in time where Rye was just he was not he was just I don't want to go into full detail about it because again, the if you guys want to hear the full details about all these situations, I suggest watching Wallog's video and Brandon's stream of this. And all I'm just gonna say is for my thoughts about the fact that when Rye actually went off to his friends and told and forced all of his friends to cut him off, basically. Which, by the way, guys, cutting people when it comes to situations, cutting people off is not gonna solve anything. No, I would say the only thing to say to cut someone off is like if they're really if it's really true, if they're like a groomer or a pedophile, for example. And I hate to say that word, but that's what I have to say. And the fact too, and that was not right. And not only cutting ETH off, but even unsubscribing him from his channel, which that's not right at all to do. So, and also, despite the fact that Rye has sexually groomed a few people, like such as, for example, Rebecca, who also was known as FNAF Fan 126, and also Bailey, and Bailey too, who was also, which years ago she was known as Mangle the Fox SFM. And it was not all right for him to date and groom minors, because that is not legal to do. And because despite the fact that I think if I remember correctly, when Rye was dating them at the time, and sexually assaulting them, I think Bailey said she was 12, and Rebecca, well, no, not 12, sorry, I was thinking this wrong. Bailey was 14 and Rebecca was 15, and Rye was like, I think 18, they said, or 19, which Rye is an adult. He was considered a adult. Yeah, I was thinking about something else in the stream where not don't know the name, but I'm not even gonna say. Even if I did know the name, I'm not gonna say anyways, because Rye has dated a girl that was like 12 and he was like 17. So yeah, but again, if you want to hear the full details, go to Brandon's stream or in Wallog's video, and you'll get the whole story. So yeah, the fact that he sexually groomed minors, um and then what else can I think of? And then I think, oh yeah, because those are my thoughts about the whole situation of him grooming. But I think another thing I think I need to hear, the last thing to hear my thoughts on is is the whole game development thing, along with Tony and Josh. And yes, Tony, also known as who was known as Squeezy, but back when Geeky Gmod was still around thing on his channel years ago, he was known as Foxy Z Geek. And pretty much, if I remember correctly, for what Tony said, the fact that back at the time when Tony was still in school at the time, Tony said he was a senior in high school at the time when the game was in development, and and he was still learning Click Team at the time. He was still learning Click Team at the time, and the fact that Rye was like pressuring him to expect it to get it done on the exact date, and despite the fact that about Rebecca too. So you guys might remember back when Six Nights at Zany Club was when Six Nights at Zany Club just came out, Re- Rebecca had Rye wanted death quotes in there, and Rebecca was the only one that didn't have a death voice line in the game, because Rebecca was like busy and was like mainly busy with IRL, and despite the fact I think she had and then yeah, I, sorry, I know I'm not that good at speaking, but Rebecca was busy with IRL, and then even and Tony was bringing up to him that it's fine, we can just do another patch and do another update to the game and do it, and then Rye was like, no, we how about we get it done when the game first comes out. And for my opinion about that, not all right, because like I said, IRL is always important. It's always important in your life, and that's another thing I don't like too. The fact that people don't want to focus on IRL, they just want to sit their butts down and just be online, just focus online all the time. That's not good for your health, by the way. That's not good, because like I said before, that's another reason why I'm starting becoming less active online now, because despite the fact that I've been busy with IRL too, and the fact that I even have a real life, I have a job, and I've been focusing on school too, right? And also, I mean, I did see a comment in my Mario animatronic horror video. Am I 16? No, I'm actually 17, because my birthday's on the 16th of May. So, and I was born in '08. So I'm I'm 17, and pretty much yeah, that answered that question, who that was, whoever, I forgot the name, I'm sorry, but whoever left that comment there, but there's your answer if you're gonna watch this. But and yes, and since I did say I'm 17, yes, I know I'm a minor, but at the same time though, I know the whole thing. And also another thing is too, shit, where did I live? Oh yeah, right. I think I left off about the whole, about with Rebecca. Um, After I said about the whole Six Nights at Zane Club thing with her, another thing about her is too, is that despite the fact that back back at that time, like long time ago, back at the time when Rebecca had bad internet, and the only person, and she couldn't be texting people or nothing like that. The only person that she only had contact with was Bailey, because despite the fact that since they both live in Australia, um they um they pretty much they pretty much had the same vibes, and it right out of nowhere just feels offended. Like he feels offended that Rebecca was thinking favoritism, and this was back at the time too. I think if I'm correct, back at the time when Rye and Rebecca were dating, and and the fact that Rye feels offended and goes like, why are you favoring people? Why are you not talking to me? I'm your boyfriend, blah blah blah. Like that doesn't mean anything. And then the fact that he made a group chat just with some other people just yelling at Rebecca about that, and literally just crosses the line. And then and the fact that I think they said they didn't even give her a chance to speak. They just kept yelling at her. They didn't for so pretty much they've been in that call for the past like 40 minutes, just yelling at her until they finally let her explain herself. And then Rye starts to feel like starting to know they fucked up. He goes, "Guys, we crossed the line." And then they go, "What do you mean we?" Because Rye was the one that started all that yelling in the first place. He just dragged people in, which that's not okay, by the way. If there's a drama situation that you're dealing with, at least if you normally it's actually not a good idea to bring people along, because if you involve more people, it will get worse and worse and worse. And pretty much, yeah. And then uh I think that's all I'm gonna say. You know, if I missed anything, it's okay, because again, if y'all want to hear the full details about this whole situation, I suggest checking out Wallig's video and Brandon's stream. I don't know if I said at the beginning of this, but I will put the link to that video and stream down in the description. And now here we go with me, like my experiences with him. So I first met Rye since back in late 2023. Like, so it all started when I remember I met him in a Discord VC. And then I guess throughout that time when we've been talking, we uh Rye added me on he added me on Steam. And then after he added me on Steam, he asked me if it was alright to add me on Discord, and I was like, yeah. And the fact is too that really concerned me. Why did you friend me on Steam first and not Discord? Because here's why: the fact that me and him met up in a Discord VC. So like, I'm like, huh? And then pretty much ever since when and then after that, when we just kept talking, me and him were getting closer and closer, obviously. And I agree what other people were saying. Despite the fact that okay, as a fan, I know it's really fun to meet Rye and try to become friends with him. But trust me, if for people that for obviously for those of us obviously that are friends with him, and especially getting closer with him too, trust me, getting closer with him is not fun. It's a pain. So literally all that shit going on. And then as time went on, me and him kind of just stopped kind of talking on Discord for a bit. And then we started talking on VR chat a lot more. And another thing is too that that I will have to say too. So back in March of 2025, somewhere out of nowhere, he DMs me and tells me that he needs a serious conversation with me. And then he comes in he comes in out of nowhere. Like, as soon as me and him start the DM call, by the way, he just out of nowhere confronts me because he says I'm being accused for saying sexual jokes and the N-word. Saying the N-word pretty much. Which, by the way, guys, I do not say that word. I do not say offensive words like that. Even if I was in private, even though if I was in a private thing, I being swear to my butt. I would never really call anyone that word. Plus, despite the fact that it's a very offensive word, and I would never ever say that. And he also accuses me for the sexual jokes. And by the way, I don't know what he's talking about, because despite the fact that he's sexually harassed minors before, and you know what, guys, I will admit I have done that mistake before. I have kind of did said sexual jokes before, and I know it's really messed up, because despite the fact that I am a minor, and and I will admit to you guys about that, and I am sorry about that. But and then he says that despite the fact that I'm a minor, and I would get in the get in trouble, despite the fact that he's done it so many times. And I mean, swear to my heart, I've only done that one time, just one time, and I would never ever do that anymore. I stopped doing that because I want to actually act mature enough for my age. And despite the fact that Rye's 26, he is 26 years old right now, and literally, despite the fact that he's done that shit so much to people, even minors, he even did it to minors. So I don't know why he straight up came up to DM call me about about you know him about accusing me for the sexual jokes and about me saying the freaking N word. I don't say that word. That word is so offensive. So so yeah, that's as I think of it, I think that's the only short story of it's only a short story of my experiences with Rye. Despite the fact that me and him have gotten good bonds on Discord and VR chat, when me and him would hang out with others all the time, and but it's just the only thing I don't appreciate from him, that with my experience, is that as when he dragged me into a call like that, a DM call with me and him, and then he starts getting upset with me and accusing me for sexual jokes and the N word. I do not say that word. That word is so offensive, and I don't say that stuff. Cause guys, I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't. All I care about is that I still want to try to be on my hardest and make content for you guys, because obviously as a content creator I need to stay on the good side for one. Actually, not for once, all the time. I want to try to stay on the good side. I don't want to be like most people out there that would make so many mistakes, and pretty much, yeah. And I just I don't know what to say about it. I just don't I just don't like it when he dragged me into a DM call like that and started all that crap with me. And by the way, too, after when me and him were done with that call, oh my god, I was not doing okay. I was not really doing okay, because despite the fact that now that I understand now that why so many other friends I've have left that group, such as for example. But actually, no, never mind. Sorry, I'm not gonna bring up people's names just for their safety. And all I'm just gonna say is there's a few friends I have, but like I said, I'm not gonna mention their names because for their safety. And so yeah, hopefully I think I've said my experiences with Rye and my thoughts about of all the shit he's done years ago. And yeah, if you guys understand my thoughts and experiences, pretty much my story about Rye, um I appreciate y'all for listening and hearing me out. And if you guys really do see upset with me about, at least literally, I just admitted that I did say sexual jokes only a few times, but I don't know why I said one time at the beginning. I think I meant to say a few times, but I don't really intentionally mean it, because at the same time though, at the same time though, that's why I'm trying to focus on my life, because even I'm realizing that being on the internet is not a good thing at all. So yeah, but again though, hopefully I've said all my thoughts and experiences with him, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry that this video is coming out out of nowhere like that. Normally I hate doing content like this, but even I have to let this out of my chest too about the whole thing. But for those of you who just watched this, I appreciate y'all for hearing me out, and I hope you guys would enjoy the rest of y'all's day or night. And hopefully I will catch y'all in the next video, or if I plan to do stream again, and I'll see y'all there the next time. Peace out, everyone. Have a great day or night.